Scammers online aren't just targeting your grandma anymore, they are coming for you too. In the past, there was this sort of trust between recruiters and candidates. But now, after the fake job listings,
hiring hoaxes are exploding. Fake job listings pose real dangers.
We got fake recruiters reaching out, trying to lure you in with random salary figures, saying things like,
"We are looking to invest $850,000 in this project.
"Oh wow, how generous.
Since I personally reviewed your profile and made an offer to you, I will hire you without any further hiring process."
Wow, I'm flattered. Totally not suspicious at all.
Looking at his profile, it looks like it might be a real person that got their account hacked. We can see that they commented in French a few months ago. So I lost the rest of the conversation with him because he got banned, but he was basically asking me to run some code from a GitHub repo. So let's dive into it. So the scammer shared this repo with me. It's called Horse Racing PRG, which is probably meant to be RPG. If we scroll down to read the README, we'll see some assets about MetaHorse Unity, which is actually a real project. If we go on the website of MetaHorse Unity, we'll see a notice already up there. It says do not engage in any freelancing development work. And it also says be vigilant against potential scam and fraudulent activities. So they are already aware that there are some bad actors taking their identity and using it to scam developers. Let's start exploring the code base. The first file we should look at is package.json. When we open it, it looks kind of normal. There is some normal dependencies used, but when we go down and look at the scripts, we will see that they are running a server before they are running their front-end code, which is rather unusual. Normally, you keep kind of a separation between the two and not run them from the same package JSON. The next file I want to highlight is this one. It doesn't necessarily have anything bad in it. It just has a few comments in a foreign language. Once we paste this in Google Translate, it tells us that it's Hindi, which kind of gives us an idea of where the scammers are from.
Why did you do this? Sam, why did you redeem?
After some digging around, I found a very interesting file. It's called order controller, and if we scroll down, we will see this instruction called eval. Eval can allow a malicious actor to execute any sort of script on your machine. In this case, they will retrieve a string, for example, from an API endpoint here, and basically run that through eval. And by doing so, they can steal your files, create a backdoor in your system, and all sorts of things. There is also another very interesting file in this project. It's called constant.js, and it holds the address of a few smart contracts. If we take the first one and copy it over to Etherscan Sepolia, we can see that it already has a lot of activity. Now, Sepolia is a testnet, so it's not using real tokens. But if somehow the scammer manages to convince you to use the same smart contract on a different chain on a mainnet, they can definitely steal your tokens. And let's dive into the smart contract and see what they did with it. The source code of the smart contract is verified. So I copied it from Etherscan and I pasted it on Remix, and I discovered some very interesting things. The first one is this stake method. On a first look, it looks normal, but it does something very shady. On this line, it basically sends any value that you send to it directly to an arbitrary address called treasury address. The other interesting method in the smart contract is the withdraw method. It can basically allow the admin to withdraw any amount of ETH directly from the smart contract. And by doing so, if you didn't lose your funds already on the stake method, the admin / the scammer can take all your funds from this smart contract. So if the same smart contract is running on mainnet, imagine the scammer already deployed it and asked you to interact with it, they can take all the funds that you transferred or sent to this smart contract. In the end, be careful out there. If a recruiter reaches out with an offer that seems too good to be true, it probably is. And always verify who you're talking to. Check their profile, look for signs of a hacked account, and never ever run code from a random stranger online. Stay safe and don't get scammed.